The Qudos Bank Arena indeed. Pleasure to be back here. It's always fun being in front of this crowd, and it's always great being down here, I would say, in great weather. Today it's a little rainy, but that's all right. We've got some great Counter-Strike to lighten up the mood and brighten the spirits. NiP versus Fnatic. Map 2's Overpass.
It absolutely is, and Fnatic will find themselves on the favored CT side. They've got 4 sets of armor and the diffuse gear on the bat of existence. Their damage is kicking off straight away. Brolan boosted up. He'll get the first, but a quick reply as ever from Rez as they smoke towards shore. NiP have a lot of presence towards B right now, but they'll go recover the bomb and T-spawn and slow things right down. They've got plenty of time remaining. Another dink towards Exist there, and JW, he tries to push off. He'll be taken down. Massive advantage now for NiP.
It's a cute little spot from Rez. You can see the window from there, and he's also off-angled and slightly elevated. So crosshair placement, it's never going to be there on the head. Has to rely on a reaction, and he has the advantage of having placement towards Sandbag, so gets the kill from it. His second in the round. Brolan and Exist so low as they head back across the map and over toward A that this doesn't seem likely for Fnatic. I've seen stranger things, I will admit, but, well, actually, I never watched that show. But I've seen some pretty weird things happen in Counter-Strike, and I'm just not with it this round, I'm afraid. But Brolan has other ideas. Starts with the first tries to play the garbage pail because it would absorb some of the bullets, and he still has the hedge to fire at. But Dennis is all the way inside of the site. Know that Exist is on the stairs. They'll just run him down, and it's all on Crims. Work out from below on rotation. No kits to play with, and I don't think one went down on the site, so he's going to have to try and swing, but Rez finds him first. 1-0.
It's an ace for Rez as well there. All 5 kills go in his favor. A little bit quiet on the first map, but that's loud as you like. Fnatic give the pistol up, and NiP, they'll have full control round number 2. Will we see the force fight from Fnatic in the second? I doubt it, to be honest, as NiP bring out the AK-47s, 3 SMGs as well. Fnatic, same idea they had on the first map. They could have 1 flashbang and presumably stack towards one side of the map and see if they can force out a couple of kills. They managed to get 4 last time. That was very impressive. I don't think it'll be replicated as they focus most of their manpower towards the B side of the map, but that's exactly where NiP are heading. This could be a little bit problematic for them, and they are committing.
Red's got no problems with commitment. Absolutely none. Takes down Exist as well. Former friend, now a foe, as Rez fires through the half wall. The tin on top of the site to take down Brolan. Lekro gets JW. And we find ourselves now with a converted pistol rounds. And that is a cheerful looking referee. It's a good thing you've already paid him off to be on your side.
We'll get into the first gun round here. It's going to be Fnatic with the 4 rifles. Twist on the UMP. No snipers in sight, but Fnatic in terms of firepower actually have a slight advantage here. NiP have a reasonably clean round previously. We'll have 3 SMGs, and they're sending everyone towards B once again, trying to control the momentum they've got. It's a straight-up B push here. Through the flames they go. The flashbangs are very effective indeed. It's so chaotic here, and Exist will have to pull out all the stops to find a few frags, but nothing can be done. Crims is the last line of defense, but he's going to be dropped as well. Very convincing round here, and NiP play it to perfection. They know the utility's not going to be there, and they manage to break through the initial incendiary and find the shots required. That's a bonus round victory. You've got 3 SMGs and 2 rifles, and now you've guaranteed the round, as Brolan has nothing to say about this one. He'll have to fall back as the bomb's planted, and he's just going to have to save now.
Brolan is, I think, pretty comfortable in doing so. No one really chasing, so the AUG should be carried into the next round. We get back to normality. Is it a 3-0 start?
It absolutely is.
It's still an early buy, though, so it's not going to be quite the first gun round like it used to be. It's interesting how the game's changed so much in the last little while in terms of the meta. But also just the young talent coming in. The old no longer have the advantage of previous knowledge in some ways. It's very new and very different.
So we'll have to have another partial buy here on the Fnatic side. They've got that saved AUG in the hands of Brolan. Some Deagles coming out. 1 CZ. They have been very good in these rounds, though. They've managed to pick up a couple of them on cash.
Bro already out. Short, and he'll take the AK around. Roland with that very lonesome AUG. He's gonna find the first kill with it, and the bomb, mind you. Great little position, good boost, fantastic angle. They can't really spot him. They're trying to find him, and they couldn't cleanly. He did further damage onto Dennis. The fact that they have to get the bomb back, but good need. That'll certainly make JW feel a little bit sore in the morning. Got an aspirin. Micro. Good weights at the short position. Very patient. Second is Exist, but he's gone because Get-Right's behind him. So as good as the shot was on the Deagle, it's punished immediately, and good smoke as well to window to make sure the rotations won't be able to spot it quite so quickly, but Broland doesn't care.
He's beaten the smoke there. Get-Right didn't see it coming. They could boost towards the side now. It's a 3 versus 2 in favor of Fnatic, but still the advantage for NiP with that bomb planted. Forest and Dennis to defend. There's a smoke to shroud their positions right now. If Forest extends though, Roland's waiting for him. Crims is trying to bait them out and see if anyone will overextend. There's the opportunity, but Forest, he doesn't care whether you got the boost there or not. He'll still find the head. 2 versus 2, but that's pretty much guaranteed for NiP now. I don't think they have a chance of defusing this one. Bomb's way too far gone. They've got no kit. Decent effort there, especially from Proland. The initial boost skill towards middle, then manages to take down Get-Right before he can even get the smoke down. But Forest holds on. 4-0 NiP on their map pick on the T side, no less.
So it is a great start. The desk suggested we were going 3, and again, that each team would defend successfully on their home map. And their map choice in the series. Dinner party platter on the stage they played for. That is a great shot. Good anticipation by Forest.
Remember, it's dust too as well to close things out. That will be absolutely electric if we can get there. But JW, he doesn't want to see it. He'll take down Lekra to kick things off. Pushes off towards Short. Lovely shot, and he'll fall back and take the AWP back towards the A-bomb side there. He feels like he's shown enough presence to that side of the map. Takes down the in-game leader of NiP. Does take a lot of damage for it, but that's fine. He can play defensively now with the sniper as Get-Right trying just to fire off some bullets towards Short, maybe push back any ensuing CTs from that position. Proland has been the absolute MVP of this series so far. Holding towards the bathrooms, dodges the flashbang, follows it up with the HE. Minimal damage towards Dennis. And we've seen him have so many fantastic plays near these bathrooms. He'll play off that smoke so many times and seems to be a bit of a master with it. As the H split looks likely from NiP. They've got a minute on the clock, still with 3 smokes, and Dennis with the long control.
Rez still waiting inside of the bathrooms with JW back in the site. The fact that they've cleared Brolin, and remember how shifty he was in the group stage there. That self-smoke.
Yes.
He lets them go by on the inside. Self-smoke turns it around and catches them in their own plan. But JW's now alone and a lot of pressure applied. It's Rez to find the kill onto him as well. I take that back, excuse me. Get-Right got the first. It's Rez to trade it off. Forest offsets the difference by finding Crims. Bomb's in position to be planted, but is it spammable? Is it predictable? No, he's going to go for it anyway. He's even spinning to make sure they don't fire at that from the back stairs. Molotov to his left. He couldn't really position any differently in the plant.
No kits, no utility, and now no head on twist. And that's going to be a very convincing round from NiP there. Solid stuff. They managed to answer back after JW gets a couple of kills with the AWP, but an efficient strike from middle and long. Very good coordination, nice smokes, and just not enough utility towards the end for Fnatic to even really justify that retake. They had no kits there, not even a smoke to try and get a defuse going. And it will be 5-0 now for NiP on their map pick. Money not in a great state, even with the maximum loss bonus. JW has 7k, but everyone else hovering around 3,400. Might be a chance for a tactical timeout. Indeed it is. JW could buy a rifle if he wants to and just see what damage he can cause. He's bought the AWP, all right? I didn't think that would be the play, but he's got enough money to justify it. He's going for the hero play here. We'll see whether he can open things up. He'll still be able to buy next round with the 1,500 he has. Remember, he gets 34 on top of that next round if they lose it. He still has the option to save the AWP as well. I don't mind this. He knows they need something massive to go in their favor. And we'll see which position he'll take the AWP to. It looks like middle.
He did get the opening pick with it last time, remember, coming out from short. So he's going to have the confidence that he can play aggressively and find something, and that's exactly what he's trying to do again. If he hadn't hit that early shot a few rounds ago on the op, maybe he doesn't even consider it. Maybe he doesn't get that confidence going. Oh my, that'll silence it. Let go, but guess who picks it up and is Johnny on the spot? Oh man, I don't think he intended actually to hit the top stair. I think he was trying to keep the fountain at bay, but he gets away nonetheless.
So what does Brolan do now? He's got that AWP. He's brought it back to a 4-on-4. He heads towards long, and that's where Forest is as well. He hasn't got any flashes to really challenge this angle, and Forest is just waiting for the mistake to be made. You can see the X-ray. He's coming round, and Forest is ready. He gets it.
Oh, I think Brolan actually shot first. Forest was not the snappiest, but certainly was effective, and Rez is the same. On to exist at the sandbags. And NiP certainly aren't sandbagging right now. They aren't pulling a Toto Wolf. Instead, they're actually hunting sheep because it's just Twist and a Crims left alive with pistols only, and not really a hope in the round, I don't think, at this point. Bomb. It's out toward long A. Rez has Twist down, and they just need to find Crims at the sign, so that's the round done. He's already spotted, figured out, and solved.
Really solid stuff from NiP here. Fnatic essentially on the eco there. They did bring the AWP out to see what could be done at the start of the round. Hopefully a couple of kills from JW. He went down very quickly to the rifle. And pulled one back, but Forrest ready and waiting towards long. Read the reposition well. We're going to round number 7. We said JW could buy, but it's not going to be perfect. He'll have to FAMAS. With all the utility, they have one defuse kit. This was the shot where Forest really secured the round there. They know they've removed the all prospect of the CTs as we head into the next round. It's going to be NiP with 5 players towards B now. They've had a couple of rounds where they've gone for a contact play straight in towards the side, but this one looks very fast indeed. 3 CTs ready and waiting. Brolan's actually pushed all the way in towards T-spawn as well. This could be magical for him. All the way through, but the commitment now from NiP.
Rez manages one. Might get caught out. He somehow got through the smoke and got his gun drawn again. He didn't get the kill, but Lekro did. JW to follow it, but here comes Brolan from behind. Bomb down on the platform. In fact, take that back. It's gone over the ledge. It's in a much worse position, and I think that could spell disaster because Get Right is not at all ready for his arrival at the pillar. And Forrest was actually thinking he might still be in connector, looked that direction, and is now smoked back out. Minute to go, and a great position to be in for Fnatic to break the shutout. Can Forrest keep it alive?
He's won so many of these sort of rounds before, but Forrest hoping he could catch one isolated player there by surprise with the P250. Doesn't work out. Really nice play from Fnatic, especially Brolan, to get that information. They're heading towards B. He's pushed all the way in T-spawn. He can tell his teammates to rotate over, be ready for a fast attack, because it's due to the fact that you don't have any sort of presence towards middle or A, you're kind of focused towards that B bomb, so you have about 15 seconds before that potential flank comes in, and you're going to have to commit. So that's why they're so certain that NiP would strike on this side of the map. Existed enough to get a couple of frags, 2 versus 1, and Forrest could do nothing. As we head into the next round here, all for JW. They've got a decent buy. Going for the mid pick once again. JW this time doesn't land the shot as Get Right runs the gauntlet through short. Swallows the grenade, down to 58 HP. And Twist flashed off. Everyone's still alive for now and changing things up. NiP feel like Long is a completely safe area. And they've managed to get some decent control here. That's where the bomb resides as well.
Tennis just goes back around to check to make sure that they aren't going to push out and get caught off. They might, you know. Brolan, he's already up. Inside for a change, normally sitting out by the foliage and the sunshine. He's got other ideas. Micros flashed in. NiP seem to know how he enjoys to play the spot, and they're countering him. Brolan, how does he react? Can he adapt? Can he hold his nerve and not second guess himself? Oh my, that's not a guess, that's dead on from JW, but Crims tries to counter the play and act accordingly toward Long. He gets taken down by a flash. JW wants more. He has tagged it. Took it back. I thought he hit the leg. Unfortunately, the first one through the smoke was beautiful. The rest were just barely off.
You can see JW frustrated with that one. He had 3 or 4 opportunities to land difficult shots. He expects himself to hit, but didn't work out for him. JW gets 1 kill through the smoke, but that's it. Twist in a 4 versus 1. Absolutely 0 chance of winning it. And they are starting to plummet here on Overpass. They managed to have an amazing result If you remember yesterday against Greyhound, they had the 15-0 on their CT side. They're very well versed on this particular map, but NiP absolutely have their number. It's going to be 7-1 as Swiss will hold towards the bathrooms, and he has 0 kills as well. He was lighting it up on Cash, and he's dropping off dramatically. It's Crims 1-7, normally quite iconic on this particular map. NiP keep 4 players alive, keep the money strong. Dennis with $12,000, Rez 10,000 as well. And in terms of the finances on the Fnatic side, yes, they have maximum loss bonus once again, but on the CT side, it's just not enough. Have to be Deagles and Armor and Twist with the 1 rifle. Really can't get going here at all. And they'll take another timeout. Discuss their options. What is going so wrong for them here? NiP really enjoying themselves. Rez with 13 kills and 2 deaths.
At least they're on the board with 1 at this point. And the new money system in this case is fine. It doesn't cause the reset. They still have a full bonus. A few rounds in hand, I think, on top of that, so it should be around 6. That was stunning from JW, I'm not going to lie. Unfortunately, it just didn't quite work out when they arrived on the site. Crims couldn't get the shot done, and JW fired about 10 more. It's a bit of an exaggeration, but he was firing as fast as the gun would let him, and he just couldn't connect. And they got overrun.
Shotgun for JW, Twist for the saved Org. It is essentially an eco here. They've invested a little bit with the upgraded pistols. JW sits in the connector. Not sure that's going to be the weapon that saves the day. Forrest just spamming towards the heaven position and seeing if he can find any damage here. Nothing connecting just yet. Focusing towards the B side of the map. In terms of Twist's position right now, he holds at the B ramp, hoping that's where they finish up. Could happen, but the bomb currently sits on T steps, so I don't think they'll be making that move anytime soon.
Right, goes back to check. I thought he was going to go back to check Monster, but actually stays a bit forward. This is a very common spot for him. He likes to play in that little cove. See if he can hear anything inside of the B site. He's got JW down already. The fact that he pushed out, GetRight was able to punish him, is exactly why he plays there. Bomb still waits back toward the fountain. He'll go join his teammates. Doesn't want them to be in a 3-on-2 take. Strengthen this where you can. You've already softened up the defense just a little bit. 34 seconds. Got to make a decision on this. It does seem it's going to actually go the other way. GetRight will have Rez back. Dennis is going to be on his own, trying to hold the defense. 24 seconds. A single kill would be enough to cause panic. He's done that. Broland goes down. Exist isn't buying it, though. Crims has got him down, and Exist is already on the stairs, already rotating in with down. Twist so far forward. The bomb goes down with 12 seconds. Fnatic have done enough. Twist has done it all. GetRight will run back, but realize he does not have the time to play with. It's gone. He just missed it by a second. And he went down after the time, I believe, as well. Surprised he actually... right, he planted it just before he went down. I thought he got denied as well, but either way, it's Fnatic that get their second.
7-2. NiP running out of time there, and we've seen that a few times this tournament. One player trying to show a distraction against an eco team and walking in and not just having the manpower, and it's a scramble towards the bomb site. You're much better off against the pistols. They're staying up as a group. You don't necessarily need those fakes when you know you're up against Deagles there. The extra manpower towards B could have been enough. Yes, Dennis gets a kill towards the other side of the map, but it's a cue for Twist to start finding those frags. A flashbang, just delaying them as much as he possibly can. He was on 0-7, now finds himself at 2-8. Managing to get the 2 crucial kills there to find Fnatic. Their second round of the tactical timeout comes in once again. They'll discuss their options. Round 10. Is there the AWP coming out on the T side just yet? We'll have a look. AK-47's available for Crims and Exist on the CT side. Always beneficial, especially Exist on that B site. Still early days here. Fnatic can come back and still win the half. Once again, focusing towards B. Will this be the fast approach once again? Time will tell. Bomb is there with them. They're going to drop it, so this will be a slower approach and just try and work those picks and see if the CTs want to push off short once again. Broland
does find Forrest. That's a good push. It's justified. And he He's got the playground. He can just sit out there and control the A side of the map. JW, does he work off that and try and take down inside of Connector? They've got the advantage. It's a bit of a risk because they don't have any information as to who's that deep. So instead, he goes back to A and allows the deepest of which, Crims, to rotate off, and they'll still have 3. Maybe JW goes all the way and have 4 toward the B site. Exist is found by Lekra through the smoke. Not a hard guess to know that someone would be toward jungle. Get Right's followed it, but Twist is still swinging. Bomb's not yet planted. And Dennis is actually going aggressive with it. JW caught off by Lekro. Now they have a chance to plant. Broland can surprise. Look how low the HP is. He is lurking in behind, and Dennis is the one with the bomb. This will make it easy to find him first.
So static there with the bomb. They didn't even consider Monster as a possibility there, and now it's up to Lekro. He has no HP and he's heading towards heaven. Broland seems to be aware of it though. Is he going to check that position again? 30 seconds remain, and Lekro, with 20 points of health, has to try and best Broland, who's absolutely red hot right now. Needs to collect that bomb, try and attempt to plant. He has not got time to go back towards A now.
And Broland's not overplaying this at all. That's what he was waiting for. Thank you for the information. He knows exactly that he is on the site, and the bomb's still down. He has to pick it up. Broland wraps around and plays it to perfection.
You wouldn't know he's this young. It looks like a world-class experienced player on the server right now. Every move he makes is calculated, and it just looks like he has a great understanding of the game and how to maximize his chances of winning it. He peeks in at the perfect time. He knows at that stage, you're scrambling to pick up the bomb. You've got to go for the plant. He peeks before he even goes near the bomb site there. He can't anticipate it, and he manages to absolutely destroy. Remember, he pushed things off. He shoved them towards B at the start of the round anyway. He comes in and absolutely wrecks house here. Lovely play from Broland. That might be the fire that gets Fnatic back into the game with JW on the AWP once again.
So 3 toward the underpass position, the stairs, which NiP's not really tried so far in this game. Forest, he holds the wall at Fountain. Flash out from Get Right, that allows him to walk for the bathrooms. Broland gets 1 force trades. That's fine, it gives them some ground to work with. It's not ideal. It's not the end of the world, and a gun is down for Get Right to grab as well, so they'll strengthen their assault.
NiP will be absolutely fine with that. And this reaction play from Fnatic, it's nice, but it does leave these 2 CTs alone on the A bomb side. If NiP fully commit now, they'll have a huge advantage in terms of manpower. Crims, it's in a difficult position, so many angles to watch, and it's JW backing him up, looking towards the bathrooms itself. NiP have long control. And it's a bit of a stalemate right now. The timer ticks down. Exist, happy to hold B by himself. He's got short control, and this is Twist heading towards a Fountain. This push from Twist could be absolutely everything.
Timing is there. Timing is there. He fired straight away because I think exactly that. He saw the bomb on the back. Forget trigger discipline when you can take the objective away. Get Right's going to take the site. You still have to recover it. A flanker wraparound. Rez will plant safely behind the truck. We're a little bit late to catch them in the act. Twist gets close toward the flower pot. Not too long for Exist. Neither have an AWP, so it's not like Exist has the advantage from that position. He just wants to catch someone out of position, and he's done exactly that. The shots from Twist forced a reaction. The reaction was that Exist was waiting for exactly the movement caused. And he looks toward the dumpster as well. Tag and a spray. What a combo. These two are playing it so well as he catches out Dennis on the way through.
Great communication there. You could see they hadn't objected. They knew they were on the back foot from the get-go. They split the assault towards the bomb side. That Exist coming from long. They didn't anticipate it. He gets a great kill on Rez, and that causes enough of a ruckus on the A side. The Twist can move his way in, and you can see the wombo combo, the wall bangs towards that CT position. I think NiP maybe overplayed that a bit. They didn't interface it. They could have hidden deep towards CT and just played off the bomb, but they wanted to play heads-up Counter-Strike, and it cost them the round where they had a massive advantage with it being halfway gone. CTs of no utility there. Just had to play within the realms of CT spawn, but Twist will take those opportunities and close it out, no problem. It's round 12, and finally they've broken down the resources of NiP. Fnatic, Matt, are right back in this first half.
Forest. He's going to go slow toward the playground. They haven't had any efforts over here on this side of the map so far in the round, and they don't really have the guns to work with, so just check. Stay calm. Make sure you don't walk into anyone such as Broland, who's been playing very aggressively in that position. He's the one inside of the bathrooms and is already backing off this time. So Fnatic have done what NiP didn't do in the first half last game. They got just enough of their teeth sunk into the economy, and they actually won the rounds they needed to take control of it. Remember, NiP was at 12-3 down in the first half on cash. Whereas Fnatic have cracked this open and might have a chance to bring this all the way back.
Quite scary though, NiP is so close to the bomb site here. They've got enough utility to at least make a dent, but Brolan, great positioning. He's gonna have a field day here. Good for one. They need to try and deny this plan if possible. Crims has had a rough overpass game. It's starting to show now. Might cost them this round. No kills found at all. It's a 3 versus 2. Exist in JW with the AWP on the retake as well. Might be out of luck here. Exist with the wild spray that won't connect. It's looking weak on this side of the map, and the money's running thin. This was an eco, essentially. 1 rifle and deagles, and it's all falling apart.
JW against 3. Bombs right in front of him. He's got a kit. He's got a smoke. He's saved by the truck. They've got to wrap in from bathrooms. Gatlight's got to be the one to find the angle. JW! No! They got it! They gave away the angle. I don't even understand. I'm lost for words. They all had position, and he used just enough of the truck.
Take a timeout now, Fnatic. Let them stew over it. How has that happened? They've planted on the truck. There's 1 player remaining, and there is a pause called. Who called it? I have to know. If it is Fnatic, that's so sick. You called that timeout now just to let NiP sit there and have an argument, work out, let them bicker. That's such a cool move.
And Exist would know they will bicker as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wow. He had no right to win that round whatsoever. We thought it was a formality. Yeah, he'll go for it. Maybe they'll get close to the defuse. No way that I think he'd actually stick it. How they've let that happen, I couldn't tell you. They worked so hard as well. This was such a weak defense from Fnatic. They did nothing on the A side and let them right up there with the pistols. Oh, they've got to be gutted with that one. They've been given an extra 30 seconds to think about it. And Fnatic find the 5th round. NiP was 7. We get into round 13. Shotgun out for JW. That's unbelievable.
With that plant, you just can't give that opportunity.
Now, just to be clear, that's not a ninja defuse. That's just an absolute blunder from NiP.
It was anti-ninja from NiP.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
JW, shotgun, and Electro is walking into it. You're right, that Molotov didn't spread enough. He's upgraded to an AK.
Oh, that's so unlucky. That's like a pixel in that. The fact he doesn't get touched is such a nightmare for Electro. He thinks he's cleared that with a Molotov, but it didn't go quite far enough. The shotgun is upgraded to an AK, and now they need to fall right back to the bomb site. It's exactly what they're doing. Fnatic have been gifted a couple of rounds here with some eco victories, some 3-1 diffuses, but now a chance to actually maybe even win the half at this stage.
Dennis, he'll start working up. They'll give him this. They're fine with it. They've got the 2-man advantage, so allow him to walk into the crossfires on the site. Come on in, Dennis. Fnatic are in absolute control of this half now. Just 2 down after being at 7-1. Smoke to save truck side. That's an interesting play, and Brolan's able to get inside of it to take advantage. Oh, I love that. Molotov it all you like, but he's already got the veil of conceal, and he sneaks out to find a kill. Get Right's the only one remaining, and Twist will find him.
Fnatic now, they've got some money, and they've got the wind in their sails as well. There he is. That is one ugly mug, isn't it?
I will say that was a great show he was on. He should have been thankful for how much it did for him. I think it launched his career.
I think it did. He wouldn't be there without that show, to be honest. So there we go. Round 14. And NiP, you can see, not exactly infused on that side of the stage. They have got money to buy, but Brolan starting to find his confidence too. Rez takes a nade. It's another slow round here from NiP. This time not focusing towards B. They'll actually try their luck towards middle. Brolan waiting in those bathrooms. A little bit of utility available for the ninjas here. Brolan looks like he'll be taken down by Dennis. That's a nice shot.
I think that was talking to you, Henry. Just go home.
I think they might be.
JW to take out Forest. Twist, good counter peek again. Fnatic are gonna potentially tie this up. I say that, but Get Right has great ground in the site. Problem being now that they've got to rotate back around, and Get Right, I should say, opened up great ground toward the site. But segregated as they were, Fnatic still have the man advantage, and they'll leave it to Exist to anchor. You mentioned Crims having an off game. This map isn't necessarily in his wheelhouse, where he has one site that has potential for one man to hold it efficiently. Exist goes down. He'll now be in rotation, Crims with JW. And this is a great angle to hold for Rez. He even knows it's holdable and wants to get the bomb inside. He needed to get that kill. Now they know where the op is. They still get the plant, so they still have to force the issue. Rez, he's low enough. An aid would do it, but there is not one. There is a smoke again for JW. Keep that in mind as he gets closer and closer. Watch the fast peek toward the sandbags. But the setup from Get Right is designed to exactly counter that off. Although he gives himself up, he overstepped it. He overstepped it, and Rez goes through the smoke. They had him locked out. It doesn't even matter. And both are so low. A tap from Crims. First shot and a reset. Crims doesn't hold it. He knows that off has time to go for more. This time he will. This time he will. Oh no, he's off. He's off. He played Rez.
No, he doesn't have it, I don't think, Matt. It's going to be extremely close. The light's going to come through, but he does. It comes down to the last second, but it will be Crims to win out the clutch. Did absolutely everything in the 1v1, but the orb wasn't the weapon for that scenario. Smoked out, had to go for the quick scopes and hope they would land. He'd already hit Crims at the start of that exchange when he faced from Graffiti. Maybe the pistol would have been the better call, but it goes into round number 15, and I feel like NiP have been robbed in this half. They've actually looked like the better team and actually played a fantastic game. There's been so many difficult moments for them, but Crims, he spots the body just in the nick of time here. Look how close it was as well. The light goes green just in time. And it's another opening kill. JW and Broland going to town towards Long. They're going to steal this half away. They were actually, what, 6-0 down? And now it's 7-7 with a 5 or 4-on-3 advantage.
Get Right. He's not sure that the connector's clear, so he's positioned himself with a back to the wall, as he should do in this situation, and he waits just long enough for his teammates to check it. Yes, okay, there could be one inside of the smoke, so they'll hold just a little bit longer, and then the assault toward A. One and done position for Twist, unless he gets a lot of help from Broland. He spotted him. Broland, couple quick shots, they're in. Twist gets one immediately. Flash as well. Oh, that is a great support team. And I think that flash was self-thrown. So he does extremely well to get away with 23. Remember when it was 7-1? It's about to be 8-7 for Fnatic at the half. What a great turnaround. It's not the end of the world for NiP. It's a CT-sided map this time, but it certainly takes the wind out of their sails.
It definitely does. It's just the fashion it went down. They looked like the better squad. They had this game in the palm of their hand, but Fnatic have just stolen it. It's 8-7 and a half. This is NiP's pick. They're going to have to keep mentally strong if they're going to close this one out and take us to a third. Can they do it? We have to find out after this break.
Chasing all my dreams now lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side. I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. Different. Tell me everything's all through the sunrise.
NiP had a position to be exactly where Fnatic were on their map choice, potentially even as far ahead at 12-3. They have no one but themselves to blame for a few of those rounds that went against them, and Fnatic took back the lead, having been down 1-7.
Still, NiP was 7 rounds on their T side. It's still a pretty decent half, all things considered. Yeah, it could have been a lot more, considering the 6-0 lead you'd expect it to be. They got the focus on this half now. We'll get into it. It's going to be Fnatic fast towards the B side of the map. 3 players towards shore, straight up rushing B. Look at the smokes. The Molotovs come through. Lekro under pressure, but they do find the first kill. It's up to Lekro now to find the second. He's got so many Glocks around him. JW with 2. Brolan getting the hat trick, and it's going to be Dennis and Rez now on the retake. They have no kit, no utility, and 4 kills to find map.
Dennis spotted by JW, who waited the whole time, got that far forward. That's how much stance they had inside of the site. So Fnatic looking like they're not only gonna win 7 in a row to get to where they are, a 9th on top of it, and that being the pistol means if they can convert potentially a 10th, and a great position. Again, as you mentioned, NiP are on the CT side. The better start they can get, the more cushion they give themselves.
Rez will have nothing to say about this. Holding on to the armor is about as good as it's going to get. He has 100 armor, so he can get armor next round if they want to force buy, if that's even an option, but Fnatic are a very clean round.
Get a helmet next round, just to clarify.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you said armor again. But just so for those of you that are newer, obviously, you don't have to pay the full 1,000 to just grab a helmet if you already have a 100 HP in the chest.
Yeah. We'll get into the buy for NiP, whether they'll force here. This is the replay. JW getting it done. Lovely work. Pouncing all over the B side. They were deep in graffiti. Rez gets himself a P250 to go with the Kevlar. That's about all they spend. This is the full eco. The B stack will come through. Not sure they're going for the 3-man stack or not. I can see a lot of players towards that graffiti position. Actually going stack looking towards water. There it is. Very slow approach for Fnatic. You don't want to rush in these sort of rounds. They have 2 rifles. One of which is Galil, one hand's a twist. AK there for JW, going for that mid control now.
And they've even left the bomb back at this T-stairs, so they've got really no intentions of overcommitting or being caught out by said stack. Nothing wrong with that minutes ago, and they've got the upper hand just by virtue of weapons. They are heading, it would appear, toward the B site. This is where Brolan needs to at least get information on A, because if they don't have that, if they haven't even considered it and they do lose to the stack, that's 100% on them. And Brolan will spot 1, dinked up. He may not get a lot of information on this, but he has only seen 1 and it's been a bit of time. Rotation, he's pulled it. Despite that they were stacked up, he's actually got them all running back over toward A, and that's enough. Job done just by Brolan alone. They're in the site.
That's fine by him. He manages exactly that. Get the rotations out, and then they pounce towards that B site. It's going to be a very clean finish here as Exist finishes things off. The Glock, they've got double digits first, but this is where the game really begins in the second half, because the rifles will come out for NiP. Should be AUGs and M4s across the board here. We're going to have Forrest and Dennis with the scoped weaponry. Get right. Waiting to buy here. There's JW. Had some great moments in this tournament and currently sits on 14 frags and 12 deaths. He has the second AK. Twister hold onto his Galil. And there are 2 players of our helmets here, so you're absolutely fine if you're Crims using that MAC-10 as they set up smokes towards middle. In terms of the CT defense, Dennis and Rez a passive setup on the A side of the map with 3 players towards B. They're boosting behind the smoke. Doesn't look like it's going to work out for them though. Oh, that does. Straight through. Rez takes down Brolan.
Dennis trying to get as many through the smokes as possible. Exist will continue to work up. Smokes go down in front. He can't spawn inside of the site. It's a dink onto Dennis as well. So they get the sound cue, they get the information. But the defense getting whittled down, has Lekro falling, and Forrest does get JW back from the window at B. But he's really the only defense on that side of the map, and they're aware of it. Crims doesn't need to peek it, he's only got a MAC-10. He just needs to make sure no one can get close, no one can swing back as Get Right wants to do. Get Right is close. If that bomb attempts to be planted, it's going to be denied. It will be denied as Crims, with nowhere else to go, falls just like a bunch of pizza boxes to Get Right.
There they are. You can get higher than that, guys. Pretty average tower so far. I want to see taller than that.
Not going to lie, though, if you're the person that knocks it off, we're going to have to kick you out. I'm just saying, so be careful.
Keep going. We'll come back to that later.
Yeah, someone's going home. Oh, no! It's the guy in the hat! The Renegades jersey. He can go join Renegades. He did it.
We'll get back into the action. NiP get the first gun round, but there is still money for somewhat of a buy on the Fnatic side. 3 AKs, a pistol, and a UMP. A slow default, though. JW making his way through connector. Broland ready for the aggression towards the party position. Few smokes available. Dennis, influential in the previous round, as Rez joining him here as they set up towards the bathroom. Rez managed to get the opening kill for a smoke. This time he spots one, drops the incendiary, but Dennis is feeling brave. He wants to try and get this next kill. Holding towards the bathroom still. Smoke will go down momentarily.
He's got room to wiggle with that smoke. Oh, missed outside, and that gives Rez a perfect opportunity to spot through and find JW. Twist still holding out. A couple preservation nades, we'll call them, a bit of utility to hold his position. Decoy even for Twist, wants to bait some shots potentially. Usually it's not used in that fashion, but he's got one on his belt, so he throws it down. Best position that Fnatic has had since the guns have come out from NiP. The fact that it's a 4-on-4, 38 seconds, and they've got some map control in the front of the bathrooms. Rez and Get Right, the only two in the site. Get Right will play close. Molotov's gonna make it very difficult. He thinks to move. It's too late. They capitalize, and I think Fnatic might convert on this.
Really strong round there. Broland with 2 kills, Twist with the 3rd. You can see the synergy with the Molotov, the flashbangs. The remaining CTs on the A side didn't stand a chance. That was actually quite beautiful from Fnatic. Boris and Lekro didn't even have a chance to show us if they could retake this. It's absolutely off the cards. Their money's pretty low as well. In terms of loss bonus, they'll only have seconds. That's $1,900 on top of that 2K. If they save these 2 rifles, there'll be a buy there. It won't be particularly strong and exist. They can't really justify the hunt, so that's one good thing for NiP at this point. The money's too low on the T side to really throw a few players away, especially when you know they're tilted up towards B and they're likely to take a couple of you down. So they'll happily keep 4 players alive after losing the first. They really capitalized on the map control they had with the utility left over as well. The Molotovs are absolutely everything. Double down with the flashbang as well. Get Right did not stand a chance. Round 20, 11-8. And they will save those 2 rifles, but this really is an important round. NiP give this one up. There'll be a 3rd stage loss bonus with nothing left in reserve in terms of finances. Let me get into it. Same setup as before. Rez and Dennis patrolling middle.
Thanks.
Looking for the initial bit of damage there. Nothing inflicted as Fnatic slow things right down. Broland's been anything but slow this series. Absolutely electric.
Liquid will play MIBR, as was determined earlier. NRG will be watching this game with keen attention. Daps will be studying each and every move of either team because it's not yet determined if it will be Fnatic, if they can close this map out short. But it's not going to be an easy task. But they wait for tomorrow's battle. Broland, he's going to battle now. He's already cleared out the connector. Wants to wrap around Rez at long, flower pots. Park sign for Get Right supports both Dennis and Rez. He has a very responsible task at this point in time in the round. He has to be very precise on how and when he chooses to aggress either direction.
Rez in a very difficult spot. Get Right trying to provide some covering fire from the corner, but he's got to patrol middle as well. Flashbang could go around the corner here, and Rez is allowed to strike. Broland, though, beats him to the punch, gets the initial headshot.
Wow, I was just about to say that Get Right used his smoke to get Dennis further out so he could focus on long and help out, but what a shot. He was unable to answer, but now he does. Answers emphatically with 3, and it's all on to Crims as they add to another by Dennis. Crims suddenly realizes he is very alone with 21 seconds and the bomb down at long, unlikely, although possible with the time that he gets there, and I think the fact that he's burrowed back into the stairwell suggests he's not even going to bother.
Well, we didn't see it from Get Right. The 3K towards long, the bomb's gone down. He actually brings the round in their favor out of nowhere. It's Crims saving the AK. They do have enough to buy in the next round, but there will be certain compromises here. Crims will have the AK, gets no extra cash on top of his 350. It's 11-9. Might have to be a timeout here. That was massive from Get Right. Holding towards the A site. He's had a couple of tricky rounds, but that one was absolutely fantastic from him. There he is, the legend of Counter-Strike himself. Haven't seen many AWPs at all in this second half. And here it is, the play from long. They all line up for him, even when the smoke goes down as well. Can't believe his luck. All in the same position. And there is the buy from Fnatic. JW's on the Deagle, surrounded by 4 AKs. Crims wants to get past that Molotov, but they'll bide their time for now.
Forest. Get Right. Slides out. Lekro with the kill onto him, but he's traded off. He couldn't really get away from the killer at that point in time, and Crims was ready to enter in from the sandbags. Nice nade. Oh yeah. My. Crims on 3, and Broland walked in to take the damage with him. Dennis will work his way back out. It's Rez that has a vision. Not much of it with the smokes down, but he can see beyond to the ramp at the very least. He's elected to get closer to the site. Oh, they're not ready for Exist. He snuck up in the pits, finds 2, and Rez is back over on A, thinking maybe they were trying to sell something because there wasn't much vision available from the windows, and now he's just going to have to save.
Back and forth we go. Unable to string rounds together, either team. There's Fnatic now in the driving seat once again in terms of the finances. NiP have 0 loss bonus map, meaning they gave 1,400. They have 2K on average. Forest, Dennis with that, Get Right with nothing. Rez will get the 1,400 on top, but that's if he survives, and he'll be able to maybe drop an SMG or something like that. But the bomb is certainly going off, and Fnatic absolutely brawl their way in towards the B bomb site. Exist beneath the heaven position, catches the ensuing CTs on the retake, and Broland goes down with the blast. That's not ideal, but they keep 3 players up, and it's 12-9 as Fnatic look to close out this series. Tactical timeout almost certain here for NiP. They've got an average of, 3K per player. The AWP will be purchased by Lekro. He was at the very top end of the scale. So they are going for the full buy here. MP9's being purchased. UMP's coming out as well. Lekro has to perform in this round. He cannot sit back on the bomb site. He needs to work for a pick. Round 22 could decide absolutely everything here. This is the play from Exist. They shut the round down. Forest heading towards long. And it's Lekro that holds party for now. Gap in the smoke for Rez. Can he make this work?
Fine form from Rez. The gap firmly in his favor. You said no loss bonus built up. There's really no loss bonus for anyone right now, other than the one previous round. They've back and forth so often. Dennis gets JW, and NiP are going to take advantage of the fact that there isn't a bonus, and Fnatic don't have money, and if they can get some AKs to take over the hands of the FAMAS, the MP9, the UMP, they'll be in a fantastic position. They're still with the op. Twist does pull one back at least. Forest so far up at the Rock, and Lekro at the Park sign. They can play a retake on A. If they just go straight up the bathroom side, it puts a lot of pressure onto Lekro. But if they go long, if there's some chance they pinch, doesn't look like they will. It's a great setup.
This is looking good. Lekro's AWP's going to deliver here. Surely it doesn't. And now Forest has to make this work. It was a lovely setup, but now it's all falling apart. He's towards long. They might be anticipating it. Twist has an inkling the Forest comes in from that position, but the utility has dropped. The wall bangs are exchanged. Not too much damage taken. There it is, though. Twist down to 8. Forest surely going to get him, but what a shot that is. Looking towards the bank. That's where Dennis is positioned. He's low HP. Whoa. Even more so now, down to just 2.
Yeah, 2 with low HP. So is Twist. He might even be able to find an ace on this. He gets shut down. Dennis gets him in the end. Assist to Rez, who falls to Crims. It's still 2-on-1, and Dennis, with 2 HP, is not looking likely to pull this back. Twist did a phenomenal job. Got to the fence, nearly got walled. He went down 92 HP and still held his nerve to look long.
There's just one kill there that was the difference maker. Lekro, I'm sorry, that's an easy shot by his standards. He had to hit it. He narrowly misses. and it cost him the round. And like you said, it was the perfect setup with Forest down there towards long. Everything was covered.
5-on-3, and they pulled that back as well, just to note. It started with Twist right here, well over at the other side of the map, catching out Get Right.
No money here, Matt. I was thinking this round could decide the fate of the game. It's 13-9. NiP have an average of $2,000 per player. And if they take the full eco here, they're going to get $2,400 on top of that. They're going to have to take it. They can't really even partial buy into this one. They need every dollar they can get. This is essentially allow Fnatic to get 14 rounds and be in touching distance of knocking them out of the tournament. There's not really much the coach can say here, apart from you're going to have to take an eco and hope for the best. You can't really buy anything at all. There's one CZ brought to the table, but that's about all they can justify. They need everything they have right now. They somehow win this round, it'll be a miracle.
Everyone's having a good time. Fnatic certainly are. 3 to go. As you say, there's nothing to work with on the NiP side. Quick play to get toward the playground. Dennis is up close. CZ, he's the only one that's really upgraded much, and he might be able to swing and find one, but that's it. There's too many men on the other side, and the AK getting the kill. Triple boost, not the 4th player in the site to actually counter peek, as we talked about. Sometimes when you have that 3-man boost, you hit one, everyone looks that direction, someone slides out from the sandbags and takes advantage, but Rez is over toward A, so they don't have that up the sleeve.
You can see Fnatic still quite cagey about this one. They know CZs are potentially out. It was actually Dennis only had one. The rest of the players on USPs here. So Fnatic still quite tentative. It's absolutely fine. They want to make sure they have a clean round here. Their money isn't exactly fantastic either. They want to make sure they keep everyone alive if possible. As the rotations come in from NiP here, they have positioned themselves towards the A site, and that's where Fnatic are heading, at least right now. 50 seconds remain. Smoke towards CT steps, and indeed Bank as well. Molotov's coming through. Should be quite the clean finish from Fnatic from what we've seen so far. Nice work from Lekro to get the 2nd kill. Pretty decent, all things considered. They brought pretty much nothing into that round, but still going to be compromises going into this one. If Fnatic are reading this well, they know there's a chance there won't be incendiaries available. This could be a good chance to really change the pace and go for a fast B play and try and bully your way up towards the short area, because you won't be held out by the flames. And that's such a key part of that bomb site.
To split out of spawn, and aggressively NiP want to take the stairwell. Both Dennis and Get Right will head that direction. Rez holds the front of the bathroom. Smoke out toward the fountain, so they'll be able to cross on the Fnatic side. And Brolan looks like he'll do so now with Exist already on the picnic stairs. Where Rez is looking to with the AUG. Double push. I like the ambition. I like the design of that as well. Both come through. They both have a chance to shoot at the same time. They just didn't get Rez. 4 HP away from getting the trade. And that play is designed to at least guarantee a trade, so that's unfortunate. And Dennis, inside of the stairwell, has managed to pick off 2 more as they went hunting back toward the bathrooms.
That's a really sick setup there from NiP. They pulled out all the stops here as they rip off the heads of the Fnatic players. They're going to keep 5 players alive for sure. They're right back in this now. They needed that. 14-10. Certainly a buy for Fnatic here, but that's much better. The 2-man stacking towards the connector. If you sit on top of the tool rack, you can see towards the party position. You can see Dennis with the AUG, the perfect weapon for it as well. Really, really well done. They didn't see it coming. It was Rez who managed to get the first kill, get away as well, and then bait them into trying taking middle control, assuming it'd be clear, but that setup is absolutely wonderful. Twist on the glass cannon AWP, and round number 25. Flashes towards middle as NiP try and claw their way back in.
Quick pop above the wall from Exist. Crims is already out as well toward the short position. Bomb still waits back toward T-spawn. Forest and Lekro inside of B. Lekro's down below in the pit, so he's actually hoping to get baited in by Forest and just be annoying. Just have a presence there. If they overstep the mark, he's able to capitalize, and that gives him the option to swing. But the bomb is going back around Rez. He is in a perfect position, in theory, to counter this. The problem is he's too far forward. he's going to go one way, while they go the other. And therefore, he's going to be out of position. But now they know it because there's no activity. Oh, and he's going to let JW go. It's going to work out even better for him in the end. As long as JW doesn't spot him. He's worried that he would. So he took the shot. That just called for Crims to look back. He hit Broland down to 28. But it's a trade favoring the offense at 29 seconds.
He wanted more out of that. He knows it as well. 25 seconds remaining, but Dennis, oh, they're not checking him. They haven't looked towards the sign. It might be enough at this point. 3 versus 2 as the time ticks away. Crims with a lovely shot towards the truck. It comes down to Angels there, and Get Right sprays them both down. No bomb planted, money in the bin. NiP have a chance to actually bring themselves right back in this now. It has to be the eco on the Fnatic side. Loss bonus at the second stage now. Round 26, we can go to the full distance. Rez has the AWP as they start to mix things up, and Necro's found himself an AK-47. A chance to solidify their finances. 1 flash, a couple of upgraded pistols, no armor. This should be an absolute guaranteed round for the Ninjas.
Twist. That P250 is already looking for the high life. He's gone up there. He has ascended into heaven by the way of Dennis. Not much to work with for Fnatic. Can NiP pull back their map? A map that slipped away so severely. Remember, it was 7-1 for them at the start of this. The anti-ninja, we called it, when JW somehow managed to get the defuse in the smoke on a massive misplay. And it all fell apart, it all slipped away. Good tank on to Dennis. Better follow-up, Crims gets that as well. Still not the best situation to win the round, but there's a gun available for them if they can get to it safely. And Crims will attempt to do so because he knows it's certainly worth it. Knowing the Molotov was inside of the site, though, he's happy to try and get the long shot with the Deagle instead. Nice counter peek from Rez. Bring this back to 12. Rez will do it. Patience on the site. NiP need to be patient all the way through. Just push this over the line.
Round 27. Kriegs are out for Broland. AK-47 twist yet to buy. Hasn't been many orbs yet at all, but for this round at least Rez has got one, gets himself a cheeky little 5-7 as well to back it up. He has played very, very well this half. 22 frags to his name, Get Right, equaling those numbers as well. He's been fantastic on anchoring that A site. Broland extinguishing the flames towards middle. In terms of the initial setup, we've got quite a heavy focus towards B from the CTs. Rez, AWP behind the smoke, spotted. Falls back to the site. He is alone on that side of the map. Good grenade though. Broland swallows it. A follow-up shot as well. That is fantastic from Rez. And they've got the early lead here. 5 on 4. Fnatic starting to look a little bit cagey now.
Yeah, they might have lost that economic advantage, and Fnatic again had a great start at this turning of the half. But NiP, now that they have weapons, are making sure they make good on it. They're not overcommitting. They're not doing anything silly. They've got the man advantage. They'll go very passive. Is it too passive? The nades damage, or rather, I think it was a bullet tag onto Exist, is certainly going to help their cause for being passive because it's a slightly softer Fnatic that will approach, presumably on B. Still 47 seconds. That's not guaranteed. They could rotate back quite quickly. Sniper looks through the smoke. Do they fire? It's dissipated, and Crims has the angle. They've actually got it back to a 4-on-4. They might follow that. Oh, the spray was close. Forrest on the AUG gets the better of it. Segregation as JW has to run forward to the flames, but somehow finds Forrest, and he knows that Get Right's on the ramp. Good shot back in return. That was do or die, and Crims is left to do the latter, I believe, on 5 HP against 3. We've got a 1-round game. Or do we? Oh, hang on. Bomb plant down, 14 seconds. He wants to bait out a reaction, wants to try and catch them off, but Dennis, he gets the angle instead.
Nice work, NiP. Really controlling the last few rounds. Haven't looked uncomfortable at all. Fantastic work from Get Right there. It looked a little bit dicey when Lekra went down towards the monster tunnel. But this is where it all culminates. Round 28, Fnatic on the ropes now. Yes, they still have the lead, but on the T side of Overpass, they have dropped off. Currently sat with $3,000. It has to be another partial buy. Deagles, a couple of smokes and some flashbangs. NiP know this round is theirs, but when the pressure's on, that's when mistakes can be made. If they're too aggressive and give up a frag, maybe a rifle, that's when it can snowball out of control, and they know it. Need to be disciplined here. Rez has been anchoring the A side like an absolute boss. Holding with the AWP, falling back, hitting the nades, hitting the headshots. And here he comes with the AWP again, that's looking so strong. There's Get Right as well, he's found a ton of frags here. He might be near the top. He has 22 and 17. It's Rez the best here by 24, and we'll get into the very last few rounds here. Looks like a straight up B push here, Matt. All 5 players here, they're going to execute slightly with the 3 smokes they have, but surely this is not where they find series point.
Smoke. Already inside of it, though. And Lekro was not ready for it. How many pistols fired at once toward him? They do the same to Forrest, but Forrest finds 2. He won't get away. Not alive, at least. And Get Right, he's found. Fnatic, they want map point. They want series point on pistols. 2 men alive. And, oh, good thing Dennis found that kill when he did, because he was the man waiting to die as JW wanted to swing. He has not picked up a weapon despite the chaos, but very cleverly keeps his head down and gets it back to Monster. He's tagged. Rez, he's on 24. The advantage now to JW because the pistol will suffice. And Fnatic have a chance to close.
That's exactly what you expect at this point in the game. A contact play towards B, the Deagle headshots, the chaos. That's what Counter-Strike is all about. You can have the best setups in the world, but the Deagle headshots start being delivered. It's so difficult to contain a team like Fnatic, and of course, it's JW to finish things off with the CZ. That is unbelievable. They've got series point. It could all be finished right now. 1 AWP, 2 rifles, and a couple of pistols. Is this where it ends? NiP, 3 towards B, and Fnatic are there. Forrest wants to push. He'll be flashing by his teammates, presumably needs at least 1 hit. Doesn't get it. Get Right with the trade. He'll fall back. He dinks Brolan in the process.
Rez and Get Right trying to keep this alive. Bonus is still at 3 for Fnatic. It's at 2 for NiP. The advantage is at 1. The crowd firmly lets you know which side they're on in this equation.
Get rain.
Line from Get Right. Twist gets 1 back, but they still have the man advantage because it's offset.
Hey, Tom, we going to,
And Get Right is very far forward. Twist, double flash over. Still has the op, but doesn't need to make contact. 38 seconds, he's better to group with his teammate. And Get Right, remember, is still far forward. Exist knows he plays there. Oh, he read that extremely well, but Rez has a hole in the door. He immediately takes advantage of it. Bomb goes down. It's an AWP to try and counter it. He's missed his first chance. Molotov to force him out. The op to try and fire afterward. He can't get it, and he gets dinked in the process. He is left waiting because Dennis slips out behind, and we go to round 30.
No timeouts remaining for Fnatic. It's round 30. They've got themselves overtime. At least. Money has run extremely thin, though. JW is 7K, the rest of them hovering around 3. And he'll drop what he can. There should be enough for rifles here. It's a Deagle for Crims and Twist with the Scout. They've done a lot more with far less, but this round will be extremely difficult for them. NiP, massive advantage here, round number 30. Do we see overtime, or do we say goodbye to NiP? You can see the coach bitter. He can't even watch at this point. He can't even watch, Matt.
You can listen. And he'll do so intently. That's what Broland's trying to do right now, working out from the stairs silently. What does he hear? What information can he find? Rez, deep in the sight, comes out worse for it. He actually gets Broland to 42. Goes down to 29.
No.
Big miss
no.
from Dennis, and they're going to overrun the site. They're going to go. They know they did damage on Rez. They know he's stuck in. He still manages to find Exist. Bomb down in the inside of the smoke as well. That'll give a bit of time to NiP to set up, to regroup and rotate. All 8 players that survive are on the A side of the map. No one is at B. A minute to play. If they can get that bomb, the possibility does exist to rotate back around. Forrest is already checking it. He's already making sure. The bomb won't show on the radar for NiP either because it's down below the stairs. It's not in vision. It's just barely obstructed. And JW's had enough of waiting. He wants to go. Crims is low, so is Broland. The HP actually starts to come back around. Rez does very well just to get the information. That allows Lekro and the HP to peek. It's not done yet, though, but look at Get Right sliding in. UMP and a counter pick from Rez. Twist on a scout is all that is left on 25 seconds. And NiP held very well. Considering the situation that they were overrun early, they kept it together, they played off each other, and Get Right confirms overtime.
It was touch and go. For a second there, Fnatic could taste victory. But the setup towards 8, way too strong. Get Right has had an absolutely epic performance on that CT side, positioning himself to win rounds. And he does it again with a UMP. A bit of backup from Lekro to take the aggro away. Roland gets that key kill towards the bank, but this way Get Right can come out of the corner. It's a crossfire from hell. And remember, 16K MR3 here, ladies and gentlemen. It's first to 19. Well, if it goes 18-18, we go into double overtime, and Fnatic will remain on the T side here. All the bells and whistles available, both teams struggling with the finances throughout this map. And this is where there's a real chance to mix things up. Rez going for the first frag, and he's pulled it off.
Incendiary as well to make sure no one can counter cross. Re-peek it long, and therefore capitalize on Rez's position. He's already gotten away. Does NiP have enough now that they're back on even footing? Back in guns and equal rounds. An advantage already as they still want to go, and Broland leads the way. Slow and steady. Molotov and smoke on his right through the wall. Nothing directly in front of him. Now there will be. They're buying time on the NiP side, but they're also baiting out utility. For Fnatic, there's only a smoke left for Rez. So they've got to do something different. Rez, the one with the smoke, is the one to do it as well. Pushes up, finds bomb, gets in the corner. Pre-fire's gonna cost him because he starts to run out of ammunition. Even if he found Crims, he would have been traded immediately. He wouldn't have had enough left in the mag. Dennis does, but in just shoulder checking while he reset the op, Neve is found by Crims. He and Broland go. The rotation from Lekro is going to be on the flank. Get Right. He's also got reverse position toward the bathrooms, and look how Forrest chooses to work with that. They had to search for him. They had to go so far in and commit so deeply. It should be a setup enough to counter Crims, but he gets a great shot on Forrest to keep the round alive.
3 kills to his name. It's going to require an ace, and surely with 10 seconds remaining, there's absolutely zero chance. They'll wait until he commits, and nice angles there from NiP. They managed to pull the round off. Fnatic go down 1-0. NiP single orb set up, and it's Dennis is hitting the shots required. This twist, and I'll bring out the sniper on the T side. 2 AK-47s available for NiP on the CT defense. They're worth their weight in gold in overtime. Cannot buy those. Lekro actually threw his away, so apparently he doesn't value it that much. He's gone for the org instead.
And it is a debate. It's a preference. We've seen some players do that. I won't say often, but not rare. That's for sure. It's definitely an option. So Crims already waiting to see if the jump will happen at the boards. It's a shot that most of us in the room would be very happy to hit once, and these guys hit it so often.
Yeah, absolutely. Very quiet, slow setup here.
Oh no, he mistimed it. He thought he had enough to get another smoke out and it would be seamless, but it dissipated enough, and Crims absolutely punished Lekro for it.
That's such a cheeky spot as well. Yeah, you're right. He mistimed about 2 seconds or so. Just wanted to get that next smoke down and buy him some time, but he gets caught with his trousers down. And it'll be a 5 versus 4. Get Right. Tucks himself in the corner of B. Can't get many frags there, and if they check you, you have to hope your teammate can bait you in. And Fnatic are rotating towards this side of the map as well. Crims heading towards short. Bomb on the back of Exist. In terms of the B bomb site, Forrest has 1 flashbang. Get Right with no utility. They need this setup to work. Forest has to try and do something for Get right here. If they check it, he's going down. Roland looks like he's going to. No, he doesn't. They let him by. They let him by. Oh my God, he gets one. But it's still a 3 versus 2 in favor of Fnatic.
He had a chance to find 3, but the fact that he's dropped the ball just enough causes chaos! No! And Rez loves chaos! He'll climb that ladder. Bomb gets dropped, Crims recovers, and oh, he's gonna go for the peak. He's actually gonna climb up on the boards. He's gonna catch out Dennis for it. Fnatic tie us back on 16.
He couldn't write this stuff, but you tried. It looked like Gatright had absolutely everything going in his favor. They walk past him, he drops down, and somehow he only gets 1. It comes right down to the 1v1, even though Rez gets 3 kills, Crims wins out. In the end, it's going to be 16-16 final rounds here. Let's have a look at this went down. He denies the bomb, and Twist is ready. Somehow hits the shot. Rez playing out of his mind. He's good for 2 kills somehow. And Crimson at 2-on-1, absolutely epic by him. Who will take the lead at the end of the first half of overtime here?
JW to work with Crims. Lekro doesn't quite, yeah, now he does. Quite at the angle. They're throwing nades. They're throwing nades, and Lekro knows it. Capitalizes. Forrest has done the same. He knows that they've come in monster as well. Couldn't quite catch them all. Ooh. And they thought it was open because of Lekro's kill. Fnatic might actually be able to steal back the advantage in overtime. It is still a 2-on-2 because Rez found 1, and he knows they're going to try and retreat off that because they've lost the B site. Couldn't capitalize, but confirms at least that they are going back over to A. That puts pressure on Get right. He will be alone for a moment. Good flash. That was thrown from B by Rez. That slows them down just enough.
That was epic, and Get right needs 1 here. That's not the play, though. He's let them sneak by. It's cost him the round. It'll be Rez now, who's been playing so well here, but they know exactly where he is. Luckily, a player is low, but it doesn't seem to matter. Oh, this is getting frantic now, Matt. The rulebook of Counter-Strike has been thrown out the window. It's very chaotic, and Fnatic are thriving in that final round. Get right with the opportunities. They jumped across, just couldn't connect the dots. And it will be 2-1.5 as we swap things over.
And IP had a stellar start to the T side. That had a lot to do with having money. Remember, it was 7 rounds in return to win 8-7 for Fnatic. And now they've got a lead to start out. 2 more rounds, this is done, the whole series. And NRG will play Fnatic tomorrow. And IP want to force out Dust 2 to settle this in a much different way. Flash and JW's forced to turn. Can't keep stance and ground aggressively. Twist up with the short shot. Berlin bathrooms, that's not surprising. He loves the front of the bathrooms, not like Fur, who we saw have a phenomenal game on this map a moment ago, who likes to play it more toward connector. Lekro's punished him because he was in rotation without a smoke down that we often see him throw, and they are going to attack. Flash off on JW, he's gone. Sitting duck with nothing to fight for. Rez even finds Crims, and rotations required, but do they have access?
This is why overtime's so much fun to watch. You've obviously displayed all the strategies, all your defaults. It's time for the in-game leaders to step up, and it's a perfect call there from Lekro. Contact play, 5-man unit, make your way towards the site. They're hoping that their basic smokes and flashbangs will carry them through, and some fantastic shots coming through as well. You might as well go for this. You're on the CT side. It's 16K money. You'll have enough throughout as Twist looks what's available to him. That's going to confirm the round victory for NiP here. A clean sweep at that. They send out quite the message in the first round of the second half and tie things up at 17-17. Remember, Fnatic just need that 1 round to guarantee double overtime.
Likewise, the same can be said on the opposite side. It gives you a relief of the pressure just by winning this next one.
This has been one of the best maps of the tournament so far. It's absolutely had it all. Double orb setup we brought up by Twist and JW. We have not seen that throughout regulation. Oh, we've seen plenty of this. Rez getting headshots. He's been astonishing this series. Does he have enough left in the tank to find them? Map point take us to a third potentially. That's Dust 2. This series potentially only just warming up. We'll see what can be done. We're entering round number 5 now. Who will strike map point first?
To extinguish flames and give Forrest a rite of passage toward the park. He's not convinced that someone hasn't gone there, so he's still going a little bit slowly with that opposite. Tense situation for him, I'm sure. If someone's there, it could cause massive problems. Boost doesn't yield anything coming through the short tunnel. But there is activity at long, at Monster. So does that mean they're all out there, or just one? Because they haven't spotted to the front side of the park, so they've got to consider that, and they'll go passive on A as a result. Rez starts to check it. Brolan, he's got an excellent crossfire set with Crims. There has to be a trade at the very least. And Dennis doesn't want to overcommit to it. This could even yield 2 kills because he was slow enough that they can reset that crossfire. And even if he does get a trade, Brolan is there.
That's really well played. Absolutely wonderful stuff, but they're not out of the woods just yet. Those low HP players could be countered, and Twist, he's playing a dangerous game towards short. Get right, great positioning. 180 to take Crims down. Still a chance in this one for an NiP.
Get right sets on 29, by the way, having a great game. So is Rez. He leads the way on 36. Micro down. It's going to have to be Forrest and Get Right, the old guard, to secure map point, to secure double overtime at the least. They started off by getting Exist, their former teammate, the former of the core that remained. As Twist gets back in position with the Deagle, JW's already done the work to find one, and watch behind. Outside of Monster, Brolan, as he always seems to, is sneaking in, and Fnatic have secured series point once again.
What a brilliant crossfire there, Matt, towards a connector. That was so well played. They didn't overcommit, they didn't panic. Even when they got the first kill, they stayed disciplined there, made sure they held their position. They knew they were worth more than one. Get Right did what he could there to get them back in the round. Like he said, the old guard to bring it back in the 4-on-2. It looked like it had a chance, but it all comes down to this moment, really. Plenty of money. The final timeout available to NiP will be used at this stage. I can't believe I'm saying this. There's a double AWP setup on the T side. They are going to use that, I assume. I think they'll juggle weapons towards a choke point, and then just have the option for the first pick and pick up an AK.
Absolutely. They've got enough money. It's a round in hand, shall we call it that? Because in both ways, obviously, it's not do or die. They have overtime number 2 secured. So why not bring that up, try and find an opening pick, catch out an IP, and then switch back to the rifle when the execution comes through. Look at that. You can't even see Brolan. He's just waiting patiently, and then the double peek on the second player. Dennis never stood a chance.
Yeah, that's really quite special, that setup. That was very well played. Well, here we go then. Final round. Fnatic can close it out, or NiP to take us to double overtime. 2 AWPs on the T side for now. Dennis holding connector, Forrest holding top and middle, as they wait patiently for any aggression from Fnatic here.
Quick check from Twist. Spots Get Right in his typical hiding place, but it's not to say it's vacant. Lekro's there instead. Get Right's the one watching for the jump this time around. Window position for Crims. Anyone who dare open that door? Well, unfortunately, he's stepped one step too far. And in fact, I don't think that was intentional because he's rotating back around to window. In fact, he'll go all the way to A, so they seem tense toward B. Forrest, my God, JW down. What an opening and a follow-up to Brolan. He sits with 4 HP. Doesn't matter, his job's done. That's the opening they wanted. Didn't need both ops, but they needed 2 kills from it.
That's not bad at all. Forrest might have done enough at this stage. Fnatic will scramble back towards the A side as NiP are fully committing. The flashbangs are coming over. Rez to lead the charge, and surely he's got a kill here. Not quite. Twisted, ready and waiting.
He can still turn on that. He's got Truck pre-fire, a bit anxious, I have to say. Goes down, but Dennis trades. So does Exist. So does Exist, but he's on his own. Crims can't get through the smoke comfortably. He knows they're at the bathrooms. And if he wanted to help his teammate, there was a risk of going down and the round already being over. It's overtime again. That's what NiP are trying to force, and Get Right fittingly gets the kill to do it again.
That's all the overtime's used. We go into double overtime at this point. And we'll see now how things go down. NiP with the advantage, I would say, pulling that one right back on their T side. AWP for Forrest once again, and you can see why. What an absolutely epic performance there to save the day, to get them in this position and reset everything. Here's the scoreboard right now. Rez with 36 kills at the very top. Fantastic job from him. Get back into it. All reset once more.
Rome already wrapping around. Molotov down, he won't push through it. Chance that he goes immediately as it extinguishes, but in anticipation of the fact that he might try that, they just lob a nade in on the other side. So if he was close, he would have taken more damage than just the 10 he received. Back for Dennis, Forrest, Rez. Does Forrest find another incredible shot? It would have to be on the opposite approach to A this time. OJW. He wanted the peak. Great timing on the Molotov. He's not allowed. He's actually caged. And the plan was to stay aggressive and hold their ground. They now have to retreat on that because the Op was in an uncomfortable situation. Brolan at least stays out a little bit. And even he will back off now. They have no information to long.
Forrest once again in that position. You're right, Brolan. Just playing at the very mouth of long. You can't really commit to it. Time ticking away. NiP with full bar from control. That default has gone very well. In-game leader Lekro just showing a little bit of presence towards B. Smoke towards Heaven, just to suggest they're coming through. And that might pull some rotations over. I think it's working. And this is where NiP go towards the A site. This has gone very well so far. Can they stick the landing? JW spots them.
Absolutely he did. And he's going to try and go above. Oh, does he ever get right down?
Oh, no.
He might deny the point. No, he's above. He got it. He just got it on the last swing. Bomb is dropped and JW somehow finds Lekro. What a shot up close. What a play overall. Experience reigns supreme.
That is absolutely epic. JW doing what he does best. The crazy shot, the AWP, the knife comes out, and it's going to be Fnatic taking the first round of double overtime. This has been one of the best maps of the tournament so far, and you can see why. Oh my goodness, that play, the fact it worked out is just absolutely everything. 19-18, Fnatic take the early lead.
Twist with the anticipation spray toward the short tunnel, but Lekro's already out. Again, he'll take nade damage, this time to the tune of 20. Yes, I will. His back's away. Forrest again wanted it. This time the Molotov didn't land fast enough. That's the shot JW wanted last time.
That movement alone gets him out of death's door because he was going to take one more tick of damage, lands 2 hops, and JW's out of there on 4 HP. Took Forrest down, who's been an absolute savage in the last few rounds. Advantage Fnatic looking for 2-0 here.
Not a lot of noise made by Exist as he walked down catwalk, so Lekro still doesn't know that he's there. They've swapped that position, by the way. That's normally what GetRight's up to, but he's having a hot game, and he's probably said, you know what, I'm ready, let's go.
Contact play, and GetRight commits. That's a lovely shot, and now that's their cue to make their way towards the bomb side, but Exist is waiting. He's been an absolute rock on the B side, but he's only good for one. Crims will go down as well. NiP look like they've done enough. It's a touchdown with the grenade, and NiP pull things back to 19-19. Really nice finish towards that B bomb site. The alley-oop with the Molotov as GetRight made his way towards the bomb site. It was just stifling for Fnatic. And it's not clear who will be taking the last round here in the first half of double overtime.
What a battle. Great turnaround from NiP after they looked really lost for a period of time in the first half. Because now they're playing just lights out. The way they're approaching the site is so systematic. Their utility use has improved tremendously throughout the course of this game. Crimson's gonna get forward. They know they've been playing in this cubby position. And as I mentioned, Lekro and GetRight have changed it up. You could see why. He walked in Monster and made no mistake.
All 5 players for NiP residing on the B half of the map, but they're going to fall back and start going back into the default here by the looks of things.
There's a bomb showing as GetRight was spraying. Don't pay attention to that. That's a spectator glitch that often happens this deep into games. assure you, as I'm sure you're well aware, it's not planted. Rez has it instead. Forrest is out toward long. Dennis, he's outside of the bathroom. Smoke, and once that removes itself, he'll go with a flash. Connector check first. That gives Forrest a little more confidence to go up. He'll still have to check the corner of it, but that's clear. Oh, Dennis. JW, though, great response. Knew he had time to get in and get out with the smoke down on the left. Nearly caught Crims. And they will. The nade damage and then the single shot from Rez just firing into the smoke. JW can't flick fast enough, tried to. He goes down to 4 HP. NiP now might take the lead on the T side. Is that enough for them to force out map 3 as we swamp over? Get Right was tagged by that. A leg shot by Twist that somehow didn't go through to find the planter as well. And the bomb down. They know the AWP is out toward the bathrooms, and look who's flanking. He's so low on HP. He switched to the pistol because he knows Forrest is up to no good. But that's gonna buy so much time. Forrest doesn't need to overcommit to that duel. He might now, because Exist's getting electric, puts pressure on, and he didn't read that Twist was still so close. Rez, he's got to hold it together. They know he's at long. Nate goes out, and Exist, he's the high HP player, wants to peek it. He's got the first man on the bomb. Second headshot, oh, it's so close, and they peek together. Pistol switch, but not enough time. Twist gets it.
No, it might go up there. It's very close.
It might. He's on it with a kid. I think he's just got the time. Fnatic get the round, and they'll take the lead at 20-19.
Oh my goodness, this is coming down to the wire every single time. The emotional roller coaster every player on the server is on right now is just unbelievable. Just slivers of HP, milliseconds separating these rounds. But right now, it's Fnatic 20, NiP 19. Fnatic need 1 to guarantee triple overtime now. It's NiP on the back foot as they switch over to the CT side. 4 Orgs, 1 AWP. That's in the hands of Dennis. Looking emotionally drained. Pitta just wants to see this third map.
Poor guy's exhausted.
Yeah.
Molotov over the top, sandbags. That means they can't push through. And Crims, although he's countered by one, will smoke it off. It's a bit of a tell, so Forrest could fire in. Crims elects not to push all the way through as a response. Doesn't need to take any unnecessary damage. 22 wins it, 21-21. And we start the sequence again.
Right now, slow default from Fnatic. They have long control. Bomb is currently in playground of Exist. So they have options to fall back towards B, but they want to get information as to what kind of CT setup is being presented right now. It's Dennis with the AWP. The flashbang comes through, takes his vision away quite substantially. He'll have to fall back to the angle. Somehow Rez gets the kill through the smoke. JW was going for the spam. It leads to his demise. And now it's advantage NiP. 45 seconds remaining, but they're running out of players here. 5 on 3.
Exists. He's going to work his way through just as it fades. Perfect timing to catch out Dennis, and he's able to jump away without a counter peek. There is a check of one. Rez wanted to know if he actually committed or not, and Exist will. Once his teammates are ready at the precipice, they'll start the ascent. He's back on the truck, doesn't have a lot of options. He's so blinded, he's so grayed out by smokes, but Electro still managing to get one, and it gets awkward. Very awkward for Fnatic. There's no way in. Bomb goes down. There was only 7 seconds, and they just couldn't get an opening.
They did a very good job on the default to get as close as they could. JW going for the spam towards the site. Rez used that sort of traces of the bullets through the smoke, took him down, and then they didn't have time to fall back. Committed towards the A site. NiP have been very strong in that area. And now we're all tied up in the same position we were before. Remember, it's 21 to guarantee overtime at least going forward. So the knife's edge once more. Roland takes a lot of damage there at the start, running through the flames, still confident in his ability to find the first shot. Spams from Forrest towards short. Significant damage done just yet. Krim's looking for the boost.
That is a name that's gone slightly more quiet, but the frag distribution on Fnatic. At the high side, it's Berlin and JW. At the low side, it's Twist on 22. Everyone's very close. Rez is carrying the torch for NiP. No one's below 23, so they've actually had more kills in the game overall. But Rez has 42 right now in round 41. This deep into it, to be averaging more than a kill a round is hugely commendable. So we'll start to work it up toward the smoke that's now gone, disappeared. Remember, this gets the next map point this round.
This is looking like a Fnatic execution towards B right now. JW showing that presence at the A bomb site where they get ready to line up their smokes. JW ideally wants to get one kill, then go down to show as much presence as he possibly can. Rez in a very checked position, but somehow JW doesn't consider it. He goes down. It's quite obvious now they're going towards B, but it's down to Brolan to open things up. And is he capable? My God, is he? He gets the first, and it's an absolute brawl once again. The AWP twist has been removed. It looks like NiP have done it. They take the advantage. They find that point once again. 21-20. Fnatic are looking slower and slower on their T side.
Twist needed Brolan to follow up and find the second shot because he was looking to window. He had the op. As soon as he missed and Brolan couldn't secure his safety, that round crumbled. Forrest, he just swung around. That's a defenseless target.
So strong as well. These rounds, so exciting to see how they finish, and it's Rez and Forrest is going to town. Fnatic now, they're the ones that need to take it to triple overtime, and it's going to be Forrest to open things up. He wants Dust 2.
Man, oh man, what a brawl Dust 2's going to be after this.
Absolutely.
Oh. Fnatic failed on 2 map points. This is NiP's first. Let's see if they can close. Dennis, he's shutting that door further and further. If they had a foot in it, it's just fingernails, toenails rather, left. Molotov thrown over Dennis's shoulder comes from Get Right. That'll give him the position, a little bit more safety. He's looking deep. But JW does get one back. And, ooh, Dennis is gonna have to be so careful in that corner. Op versus op, up close, but guess who shows first? The gun barrel sticking out, and Dennis made no mistake. The attack, all that's left of it comes from Long. Get Right, last time they tried this, got a 3-man spray down.
He spotted them. Get Right gets one. It should be the game. He can't do it. 3 versus 2 now.
Big rotation required, though. Both Forrest and Lekro were both over toward A. Lekro's the only one going to the back of the site. Forrest has arrived at the bathrooms. He'll push Long. Dennis just watches to make sure they can't plant. What a shot through the smoke on the AK. Now they can plant and they have the bathroom. But there is a flank. Forrest is still trying to work in. They want the safety of the truck. It's the only thing that they can rely on. Brolan's got Lekro. What a way to turn this around. It's on Forrest. And Brolan with 4. This guy's not a kid anymore. What a coming of age on this stage.
4 versus 2. It looked like Dust 2 was locked in. There wasn't even a conversation to be had, and somehow, some way, they make it work. We're going to triple overtime. Oh, Fnatic pulling out all the stops is gut-wrenching for NiP fans, and it's Brolan, the prodigal son of Counter-Strike, hitting absolutely every single shot. That is something special. And of course, Forrest in position. It looked like he'd done enough with the flank, but they find it. They've made it work, and we're all reset again.
And they both had map points at this time in the game. I mean, again, I mentioned it, NiP, that was their first one of their first chance to close, and they get denied, so both of them are up and equal to the tasks. JW, Crimson, Brolan start off quickly. Exist waits with bomb, and there is a reaction from NiP based on the sound. In fact, they go very passive. They're going to rotate all the way around. They know this is a fast contact play. They know Fnatic's trying to change it up, and Forrest, he's ready for it. Is he ever? Sprays it, looks for a third. Damage done. Twist on 22, and Crims is desperate through the smoke to pull one back to help his team in any way that he can. Help is not easily found. Good help certainly is hard to come by. Oh my God. He knows they're rotating back. Rez is already on the A site. Dennis is going to go now. It's 2-2 on the take. They won a 4 versus 2, where in which they were being flanked and they were out-positioned, you would argue. So don't think that Fnatic can't try to win this. They'll certainly try, but it's even possible, I would say. Dennis has at least gotten help from Get Right. Just gets spotted. Dennis makes good on the shots. NiP find the round they couldn't last time, but they'll get first blood of overtime number 3.
Absolutely will. Really solid stuff there from NiP. Laser focused right now. Dennis really coming to life with that AWP as well. AK recovered for Lekro. Round 2, Fnatic focusing on 5 rifles now. Highlights of Forest, strong as ever. Getting it done with that AWP makes it look so easy. Oh, that hit! Rest has hit him all the way in T-spawn. Twist, can't believe it.
Oh my.
That's unreal. I've never seen it connect.
And it's not on the AWP this round, so it's not like he could just look for the pick. He actually has to duel, and he's down to 39 before he even had a chance to defend himself.
Actually connected. That's so wild. So anyone doesn't know, that's a shot from CT spawn all the way down to the mouth of T spawn. Doesn't get you a kill, but that's actually wounded him significantly. Certainly influential. Brolan makes his way through the bathrooms here. He's been so good, but Rez bests him this time. It's the opening pick once again for NiP. They're currently 1-0 up in triple overtime. Looking to extend that now. Crims will hold towards short. 1 minute on the clock, and B looks to be the likely finish.
Forest does at least add to the advantage. No one's won successive CT rounds so far in overtime. They have won 2 of the 3. No one has swept a half in overtime. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, as this is the 3rd one. The odds seem low, but if it happens for NiP, what a position to find themselves in. What a great position for Crims to find Dennis from.
It was smoked off towards short. I don't understand why he changes his view from monster, but JW brings this back to a winnable situation now. My God, Crims takes away Lekro, and it's another huge advantage. NiP have thrown away. Rez can save the day. He currently has 46 kills to his name. Looking to deny the part. He's done enough. 8 seconds. That should be it. He needs to get the hell out of there. 3 seconds, no chance to plant. Exists has to kill him. He doesn't check it, and Rez will find round number 22.
I almost think that was next level from Rez. He might have been able to get to Cubby, but why? Why would Exist even consider that he hasn't tried to run from the time? So if he's gonna look away, and you can guarantee that, it's a done round. Brilliant recovery, and you said it. This guy now has 48 kills.
Oh my goodness, this is the replay here. You can see that lineup, and boom. You don't see anything but that was the lineup. Rez, though, he does save the day. 2 versus 1. Fnatic desperately need a round. 2-0 down here in triple overtime. Full buy available to them. Can they make this final round work?
So utility used as per standard, as per the user manual of NiP. Minute 20 though, and they've got to be a little bit careful. They do still have 3, make it 4 actually, excuse me, so they only put out 1. I thought the second one at short came from them as well. That was actually one to extinguish, so there's 4 still left on NiP's side at a minute 8. They're gonna be in a very good position. So is Dennis. Yep, Brolan gone. And he knows they're gonna be burrowed into the stairs. Spots them, and fortunate for him, as he looked away, he also fell back, so the damage couldn't be done and inflicted from JW. And it confirms his suspicion of their whereabouts. Almost locks them at B at this point in time as well. Not if he goes down, he's got to be careful. I'm surprised he doesn't finish the job on JW, but I suppose at least he stays efficient and stays alive.
Should have got that kill, but you're right. Oh, you can see him at barrels. Crims, you can see him. You can see him clearly there. Oh no, he's absolutely let himself down. It was there, it was on a play, and Forest starts to mop them up. 4-on-2, JW with no HP at all. Twist will have to save this one if it's possible, but they're running out of time again. Fnatic will have nothing to say in the first half of triple overtime. It's going to be 3-0 NiP. JW pulls one back, but that's all he can find. Surely this is where it ends. 3-0 on the CT side as we swap things over.
The first OT sweep. They have matched each other for every single round, but NiP, have they done enough? Can Fnatic really answer that call? One more round, NiP will force Dust 2. What an incredible map. And two Swedish legendary teams being led by young players, Rez and Brolan. You can't really come up with a better storyline. This is phenomenal. Phenomenal all the way to the point where I want Dust 2. No offense to Fnatic, but that map's going to be absolutely stellar.
No mistakes are allowed from Fnatic now. Has to be the perfect game, and Brolan's not scared to show aggression. He'll just push into that playground. He's got balls of steel, this kid. He'll get the first kill. Forrest goes down and Twist. He'll continue to find headshots here. The wall bang!
Wow.
How has he managed to pull that one off? So clean as well. 3 bullets took him down. And that might be enough to save the round. We'll see. It's a 4-on-3 at least for now.
Credit to Get Right. He's been spraying that all game. Perfect time to read it. He's up to 35. He and Forrest both equaled on that. Twist has only gotten 1 kill in the at least last 2 overtimes. I think he had a little more than that to start it off. Good push, good counter off. They trapped Brolan at long, and they bring this back to a 3-on-3. There's no one directly on the A site, but it's not completely alone in the fact that Crims is still inside of the bathrooms. Electro's been the quiet fragger on the other side this deep in the game. JW with the op makes his way toward the A site, and he knows they're out there. Somewhere in the land beyond where he can't peek comfortably. He has to be patient in this. Crims does not have a flash to try and assist. What's off? And Rez is forward of it. JW capitalizes Shadow. He knows they're there. Does he get it right? He absolutely does. Bomb down and a hat trick to shut out Dennis. Fnatic strike back on the CT side.
Great stuff from JW. Super poised. He knows the time's running low. Detects the second player due to the shadow and hits every single shot. Gonna need 2 more rounds exactly like that. So we're in triple overtime right now. Fnatic looking for quad overtime. Don't see that too often. JW, so calm. He knows he's done enough at this point. 3rd shot, always going to be his. JW this time positioning himself towards top of middle. Looking for that first pick. I love the aggression from Fnatic. They are not scared at all to take these challenges. Trying to send this round home. But then we'll back him up towards middle. JW flashed. Decides to fall back towards the bathrooms now.
Dennis is going to pop out, and Brolan actually has an angle on that flash. Timing is excellent. Just a single flash to get Dennis out and into safety. Split down as well. Brolan hasn't been as successful in the front of the bathrooms against NiP. They know, they must. These guys know each other so well. And Brolan, that's the one position he hasn't dominated in. He's been so good in this game, but he hasn't had the freedom of movement as he wants to, out by the benches.
It's the opening kill for NiP. JW had a chance to answer back, but it's not going to happen. So many kills with these smokes. They're so aware about the setups. Look for each other. And it's an A finish for NiP. They're going for it. Is this going to be enough? As JW isolated behind with the AWP. Crims is coming in late. This is such a difficult round. He's going to put himself in the corner. This is where it could all end. 5 versus 3 now.
Crims waits. There's a gap in the smoke. He makes perfect on it. Finding Rez. He waits as well. Overstep by Dennis. How does he find Get Right? And the smoke bombs down. 21 seconds to recover, but they've lost the man advantage. More than just the man advantage. It was a 5-on-3, and Crims single-handedly silences that. And he'll do more. Twist, he's got Forrest. Lecro holds by the box. Twist drops down, he's taken out, but Exist is there to trade off of it, and Fnatic have brought this back to 1.
How has he done it? The king of kings, Crims. And a 5-on-3 holding from CT manages to get the first ridiculous. The second was unbelievable. The third to deny the plant was nothing short of a miracle. And one more round will do it now to take us to quad overtime. That looked like it was a certainty for NiP to close things out. He just knows exactly what he has to do. How does he deny the plant here? Gerrit, I can't believe it.
He was just out to the left of the box because his teammate was covering the other side and they knew the smoke was down. You would not expect him to hit that shot. GW to the underpass. Oh, they're close. Very close. He somehow gets one. I was going to say he's not even ready. That's as good as he could do in that situation. Absolutely.
Still, the 4-on-4 does favor NiP. Means the CT is spread thin now. And NiP can group up and bully that fact. Final rounds. NiP can still close it if they pick this one up.
All 5 rounds of this particular overtime, the third, keep in mind, have been CT side wins. We just finished saying NiP, they finally swept the half in overtime. Surely that's enough. And these two teams are dead even, it seems. Quick flash behind Dennis, doesn't even bother to check off that. He just wants to clear out the connector. Brolan this time will at least get up to the half wall. Nade toward him, doesn't do much. Flash check or flash retreat?
Oh, he's going for
He's
it.
gone. That's not a retreat. That is a huge play to get 2. Gives them the advantage. Yes, he cost him his life, but it gives them the information they're still on the A side at 34 seconds, and it gave them back the lead. Forrest, he's deep. He's already at the truck. He's gonna try and hold to make sure Lekro's safe to put this bomb down. Exist is on the flank. Are they ready for him? AK at range. Lekro's gonna try and clear back the bathrooms. Is he gonna be in the door and open when Lekro arrives? Forrest already has twist. Means Exist can't wait for mistakes. He's gotta force them. He's gotta go on his own. And the corner to find Lekro, who's not looking. Easy kill. In the end, it's Forrest on an 8 WP that has to try and close this for NiP. They had a 3-round advantage this overtime. And Fnatic want to answer it, maybe not so easily done. Is this Dust 2? Can Forrest do it? He knows Exist is there and he doesn't need to repeak it. Exist has to get aggressive. He has to get close and he will. He'll shut him down, he'll go back. He's got a kid, but I don't know if he's got the time. This one might be too far gone. It is. We are going to Dust 2.
That might be the best map of the tournament so far. Everyone on the server giving it every ounce of energy they had. That is sensational. And it will be Forrest, of course it is, to close things out. Comes down to a 2v1 clutch, and he's just done enough. If that sets a scene for Dust 2, my God, it's going to be good, Matt.
You say map of the tournament. I will put that up there with Na'Vi versus Ents on Mirage at the Major for map of the year. That was fantastic all the way through. It had everything. It had Rez and it had Brolan, and both of them were spectacular. We've got to take a break. Dust 2's coming up, and man, oh man, we are going the